bitch open wide and then I eat ya. Stick my gun inside her, snatch the 9mm. Let the blood drip off her click, collect the liters. Fucking nine is just for fun, perverted preacher. I greet ya with one hand, the other one I'm stabbing you with Grim Reaper. Grabbing and dragging you to the labyrinth. I give you the worst advices, I play the devil's advocate. Go kill everyone you don't like and then go pray to Baphomet.
I say pray you say it, but worship me cause I'm greater. These niggas haters, they fakers, we execute them like traitors and put the knife in the spine. They fucking bleeding while dying. I'm feeling happy, excited to see the life is inspired. I got a Glock in their mouth, they tired of robbing their house. I'm fucking stealing everything and blow the brains on the couch. We lead it riddle with bullet holes, we real killers but no one knows. Use the shot of your head and slow, just their bodies we take the soul.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Horror Corridor. We're here, episode 28, with ILLNICKELL and Deranged. What's up, man?
What up, Ian? What up? What's good, man? Thanks for having us on, bro.
Oh, of course, man. It was a long time coming. I got most of the Horrorcrunk roster on the show, so, I mean, I was just waiting for a chance to talk to you guys.
Fuck yeah, man. Good to be on.
Yeah, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, man. It was a good weekend. We got one more week left of Halloween festivities, so next weekend is going to be sick, man.
It's kind of a bittersweet week, right? You're ready to celebrate and get as much in as possible, but at the same time, it's like almost over.
It's going to be good, though, because Halloween's on Monday, so it's like we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do it up big, so
yeah,
definitely going to take advantage of the weekend and shit.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking weekend of horrors this weekend over here. I hope you guys have one, too.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
How we do.
So do you guys want to introduce yourselves individually real quick?
Yeah, so I go by ILLNICKELL, the lyrical chef, and been rapping probably for maybe about 15 years now. About it.
Just ILLNICKELL, though? I think you got a couple other names, man.
So my alias is, let's see here, I got ILLNICKELL, lyrical chef, Dr. Cervix. Used to do this like pimp stuff back in the day called Ill Pimps.
Ooh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I went by 5 Piece. It was just like a little album. It wasn't really too much, but it was pretty dope.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Cool. What's up with you, Deranged?
Not much, man. Not much. I go by Deranged. I've been rapping about 10 years now. That's about it, man. I ain't got much going on other than that.
Hell yeah, man. Well, everyone's very curious about you because you're so quiet. So maybe we'll get to look into your mind just a little bit tonight, you know? Oh yeah, I do got one question for you right off the bat, though. Have you ever seen the movie Deranged?
I haven't.
Oh, it's a good one. It's based off of Ed Gein. It's made in the 70s. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. I have to check that out.
Yeah, that's good. So I wanted to ask both of you guys, this is going to probably be individual questions, but it might link up together at the end of the story, but what got you guys into music originally, maybe as a kid, and then what led that to like the horrorcore genre? Deranged, you can go first if you want.
I don't even know what got me into music, man. When I was younger, I would be in class dicking around or writing crap, and I think that's what really got it started for me.
Yeah. Did you ever get into like wicked shit or anything like that, or were you into hip hop originally, or what?
I mean, I like all type of music, to be honest. So there wasn't really one specific genre that drew me in, but I've always been into just like demented shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember being, in class writing shit like lyrics about killing my teachers and shit, just stupid shit like that. And I think that's what really started it off. And I was like, that's the type of shit I like.
Hell yeah. And did that lead you into like sick art of any types, like drawing, movies, anything like that as a kid?
It definitely led to doing drawing and shit like that. But a lot of that shit got me in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep that hidden when like you're the little kid in school drawing like your classmates with their heads off and shit.
Yeah. Like that shit's kind of frowned upon.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So what about you and ILLNICKELL? What got you into music originally, like at a young age, and then what led that into where you're at now?
First started getting into like Wu-Tang was like my first rap album I bought, and then I started getting into like 3-6 Mafia, and then like Master P and them.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and then
About it.
No Limit Records shit. So they came out with so many freaking albums, man. It was hard to keep up with. 362. But that was my main influences when I was like kind of growing up, when I was like teenager years and shit like that. And then just started just like messing around with friends as we used to like play hacky sack together and smoke weed and just like kick freestyles together. It was like just for fun, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like eventually I got my hands on like a tape cassette recorder and shit, and used to play the beat out loud and spit the lyrics out loud and record with the same box and shit. Um, and then eventually I met Cyclown and Demise and Smallz One, and they were like all really kind of into the horrorcore stuff. And like, man, it wasn't even horrorcore then; it was like more like ICP type shit. So I started listening to ICP. The first album that I really started to listen to was the first Dark Lotus. So like around that time when I first kind of started listening to the Wicked shit and like having it influence me and stuff like that. And I mean, I've always just been into like dark, demented, Halloween, Wicked type of stuff, and kind of just all fit together. And um, we all started recording like a little bit more professionally, like on mics and on a computer and stuff like that. And, um, as for Smallz One, Demise, and Cyclone and me, we came up with this name called Morbid Elements. So that was like the first time that we all collaborated together, like still real rough, still amateurs type stuff. And then we met these couple guys. They ran Sadistic Productions, and it was Corpse and That Killer, and then we met Smoke. So all together, oh yes, a Smallz One came with me. We signed on to Sadistic Production, kind of left Demise and Cyclone in the back or whatever. But we still kicked it. We still made music and shit. But we signed to Sadistic Productions with Smalls and me and Smoke, That Killer, and Corpse. And we did that for a little while. That was like still kind of amateur and stuff like that. And then Smalls ended up signing with OSP. I ended up signing with Horrorcrunk Entertainment, which was ran by KGP, Bloodshot, and con-crete. Actually, me and Bloodshot met first, and we kind of created Horrorcrunk Entertainment. We had the idea and stuff, and then kind of brought everyone else in. Um, and then just did that for a little while, a couple, 2 or 3 years, and that ended up ending and stuff like that. I still kept all my good connection with everybody. Um, and then ended up doing, Horrorcrunk Entertainment. But I forgot to mention, uh, before I signed to Sadistic Production, I actually created my own record label, which is Ill Format Records.
Yes.
Ill Format. So that was my shit for a little while, and that was kind of like what I fell back on every time, like Fallout would happen. When I left Sadistic Productions, I went back to Ill Format and did my own thing. Same thing with Horrorcrunk Entertainment. So it's always kind of been my thing. You know what I mean?
That's cool. It's good to have that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's been a pretty long journey, man. Ups and downs and
That's
around.
awesome. One thing I really want to get into your style that differentiates you from a lot of the other horror crunk artists is like you take it so much farther into depravity than I think a lot of the other artists on the label do. I think everybody on horror crunk has their own style of sickness, but when it comes to ILLNICKEL, and especially ILLNICKEL and Deranged together, like you guys take it to some pretty dark depths. What was it originally that inspired you guys to go so dark on your music? Like, are you trying to push the envelope, or?
Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to. Back 10 years ago, MySpace, when like horrorcore kind of was at its peak. I'm talking about underground horrorcore. When it was at its peak, like SKR was going strong. KYP, they were going real strong.
Yeah.
And everyone was just exploding, and everyone was doing this on MySpace. And it's always been kind of like the shock value. You know what I mean? Like like how far can you go lyrically in a song to where someone is just like, oh, like you get a reaction, you know what I mean? You get a reaction, you exceed the limits that you can do in real life, in reality. Like that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing of it. Like if you knew me personally, which I'm sure you will start to get to know me, like I'm a real nice guy, you know.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to the ladies, I'm real sensitive, and
You're a cat
it's just
guy.
yeah, I'm just real like just real laid back and stuff, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah, I've kind of
But
noticed that.
through the music, it's just I like to explode. I like to you know come with the energy and stuff like that. But to go back to your question, I think it's just like it's a way that we can release energy that we can't in real life. It's a way to get away, and the deeper the better, because I mean, why scratch the surface? You
Yeah.
know, go all the way, and just make it as sick as you can. Just for shock value, and I mean, this is horrorcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
horror drunk. Like this is violent shit. This is hardcore shit. It's
Yeah.
it's that's just the type of genre. Why scratch the surface? You
And
can go all the way. You know what I mean?
yeah, and especially your voice too. Like, not only is it aggressive with the lyrics, but your voice can get pretty up there into like heavy metal or death metal style voice.
Definitely.
Especially the Dr. Cervix stuff is it's a whole new persona with a different voice, slightly different voice. Sometimes you go into that voice on your original stuff too, but usually, but even on your original stuff, like songs like "I Transform," very very full of energy, and you're almost singing metal style. What made you kind of go into that heavier voice?
Well, every like just horrorcore in general, most of the rappers use that type of raspy voice. But a big influence would be Jamie Madrox,
Hmm.
his real raspiness, and also Von J can do some real raspy stuff too. And I just feel like it just sounds cool. It fits the darkness of the track of the beat.
Yeah,
Usually it's like a real dark grimy beat, so it's kind of matching stuff like that. And the difference, Dr. Cervix, I wanted to make it like different. You know what I mean? I wanted to stand out. I wanted it to be my alternate persona from Phil Nickel. You know what I mean? I wanted him to just be the darkest, most wickedest shit that you can come up with, demented.
it's crazy because when I was part of the Quality Violence Cinema Network, like my co-host, he's more into industrial and goth music and stuff like that. He actually came to me. He's like, "Dude, you got to check out Dr. Cervix. You got to have him on your show." I'm like, "Yo, that's Nickel. He's coming on the show." Like, so it's kind
Really?
of like your Dr. Cervix guy appealed to like a whole different crowd of people too, because it's like, I mean, if you listen to the music, it is kind of industrial sounding. It is kind of like you got a lot of like hospital noises in the background, and you got that deep voice like this, and it's like it can appeal to like more than just the horrorcore crowd. I think the Dr. Cervix and especially the surgical incision stuff, which we'll get
Oh
into.
yeah, yeah, man. But that's awesome. That's impressive that you know that much about the horrorcore music and me specifically. And that's an honor, man, that you actually listen close enough to differentiate my styles and stuff like that. So man, hats off to you, bro. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean you have such a big discography too to get into. Like, I feel like when I listen to your albums, they're pretty long too. So when I listen to your albums, there's always I pick up on new stuff each time too. So I still got a lot to learn, I think, about you, but it's yeah, it's great. And I wish there was more stuff with Deranged. I kind of wanted to ask Deranged, like, so I did see like
It's coming. It's
you did
coming.
some stuff with crypto. I don't know who that is though. Like, is that stuff exist?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Oh, that is.
Okay. I saw a shirt or a sign or something about that, but so do you have any released music other than with Il Nickel?
Uh,
No.
no.
Oh, well, that's a shame because like I think you also have a very original voice and rap style. What would you say inspires your voice and rap style?
I say rap style. I listen to a lot of King Gordy.
Hell yeah.
King Gordy is one of my favorites, so he definitely helps me push the envelope when it comes to certain things, certain topics.
Yeah, King Gordy's the
And
shit, dude.
yeah, yeah. And the rap boys that kind of just came around talking with Nick. You know what I'm saying? We were getting. I wanted to find something that was unique to me, but also kind of held with him.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
that's basically where that came around.
I like it. I love it because it's like I don't know. It's kind of like this evil, but it's fresh at the same time. You know, like you're kind of like a little bit um, on the higher, like a little higher pitch than Nickel, so it differentiates you guys. But the back
Yeah.
and forth is awesome. Like
So
it's great. So that EP you guys did, it's just called Nickel Deranged, I think, right?
Yeah, it's
Nickel.
just about it.
Yeah, that thing is great, dude. I wish that was longer.
Forrest Common, man,
yeah,
definitely. I mean, going full force from here on out. I made a lot of solo stuff. This
Yeah.
last solo album, The Sorcerer's Book, that's probably gonna be my last solo for a pretty good while.
What's it called?
I mean, the Sorcerer's Book.
Is it the last one you did, or are you gonna do another Sorcerer's Book?
So the last one I did was kind of like half of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically double the amount now. I finished it, and it's an LP now.
Okay, because
So
that
I'm gonna
that
be
is a
releasing.
very impressive. Like, I don't want to say step up because that kind of makes it like sound like your other stuff's not as good, but it's like a different step, like in a
It's
different
definitely
direction.
different, man. I'm not trying to push the envelope of gore, and it's not in my eyes. It has that horrorcore vibe, but it's not really horrorcore. It's more like trance type of like Halloween stuff.
Yeah,
It's like more like magical type stuff. And I
but
think magic, in a sense, has its own genre.
you still got a little splatter in there though, which I love.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you always keep it
absolutely.
bloody, and I appreciate that always. Like,
Absolutely. And funny that you said that, like when I first started, I used to be just all like perverted and just everything just crazy, just like this and that, just being all vulgar with vaginas, Dr. Service type shit. But this album doesn't have like really any sexual anything except for one song. So
yes,
I kept it to the minimum, stuff like that. But that's coming in, more along the lines of me and Deranged here. We're buckling down and we're gonna focus on MANIAKILL, and we're just gonna be just banging out fucking dope ass tracks. And before I get more along the lines of his style and shit, because I kind of notice it more probably than he does, but like he's been rapping real fast. And when I first met him, he was a super huge fan and probably still is of Wits. And
hmm
kind of reminds you of like the horrorcore Wits in a way, but like more gangster. So
yeah.
he's definitely more gangster, and he brings that type of flavor to our group. So I think I'm gonna like he's gonna feed off me and I'm gonna feed off him type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably gonna come a little bit more gangster with it, and then he's gonna come a little bit more horrible with it. You know what I mean? It's just gonna mix
That's
up and
cool.
just
Just like a trade off. Yeah,
back with
that's
it.
cool.
Just like a group should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you guys had your premiere video for Every Day, Maniakill. That shit was awesome. That was my introduction to Deranged. Do This Every Day, I think it's called, right? Yeah, and you're straight up holding the gun in the graveyard, man. It's about as thug as it gets right there. Do you want to talk about that video a little bit?
Yeah, man. So that video started. I mean, the song started off with I think he found a beat on YouTube and
It's a
really
good
wanted to
beat.
use it. You know what I mean? It was a good beat too. It was real gangster with this. So like, that song's a prime example of, me coming a little bit more gangster and stuff like that. But anyway, we made it and I was like, we really can't be using YouTube beats anymore. You know what I mean? With stuff getting flagged, our ambition to want to be very successful and, make a career, make our, stamp and our place in the horrorcore scene. We can't be using YouTube beats no more, man. So I've been working with Bad Mind and stuff, and he sells lots of beats to all the underground artists. Like without him, there wouldn't be a lot of content coming out. But
Yeah.
he supplies the beat at a reasonable price. You know what I mean? And I hit him up. He remade the beat. We re-recorded that bitch, and it came out slamming.
So that's a Bad Mind remake of the YouTube beat?
Exactly.
That's fucking awesome. That's some great new. That's like a great little tidbit on that.
Fuck yeah, man. And then we're liking it. We fucking ran into this dude that used to live in an apartment complex. Um, and he helped us record it. One day we were just like, fuck it, let's go to the graveyard. Because I live right next to a graveyard. Like the apartment, you can actually walk out there and there's the whole fucking graveyard, like right there and shit. So we were like, it was like spur of the moment. It was like kind of getting late in the day and stuff like that. And we were just like, fuck it, let's just do it. Had a couple drinks, went out there, killed that bitch, and fucking released it. That was our first track. So, well, our first track is Maniakill.
I've
Of course, we got the old shit.
listened to that song so many fucking times. It's so crazy.
I like the energy.
Doesn't get old, man. It's got that fucking bounce, bump, 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 bump. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes you want to dance.
Yeah.
Or shoot someone.
Yeah, short and sweet, man.
Yeah.
Gets the point done, makes you want to listen to it again, you know?
Yeah, over and over and over again. I can't wait to hear more. I just can't wait to hear more Maniakill. I mean, we kind of got into your voices. When do you guys think, like, you were like, this is my voice. This is, like, this is how I'm going to rap. Like, I think you said 15 years you've been rapping, but how far into that where you were like, I got it. This is it.
Probably the first, like, 3 or 4 years, before I got inspiration from, ICP and psychopathic, before I kind of get into that. I was just rapping normal, you know what I mean? Just like, and honestly, it kind of sounded kind of goofy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like normal voice, and just like I would aim for like comedy stuff, you know what I mean? And it was just like no one took it seriously and stuff, and it was just like I didn't really like the way I sound, you know what I mean? So eventually, got inspiration from other rappers, started listening to more Eminem, you know what I mean, and how he uses his normal voice, but he has this really just like, every other word he uses, it comes like with aggression, you know what I mean? And that's where I like to base my style. It's just really aggressive, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, like, off the bat, too, like, your voice, like, your talking voice is just a little different than most people's, too. Like, you just sound a little bit different. So when it comes out when you add that, like, little bit of, like, growl to it, like, it just sounds crazy on the album sometimes. Like, are you putting filters over your voice? Like,
no,
it almost sounds like you're like throwing
no effects, no fucking reverb.
You know that KGP like digital stuff that he used to use?
Yeah, I think what he does is he'll like pitch one down and pitch one up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of lower him a little bit, still has the main, but nah. I mean, I've done that, you know what I mean? But that's more for like skits and stuff like that. Just for the main vocals, I feel like it should be.
You actually sound like that. That's your original voice. That's fucking crazy, man. Like, you sound brutal. You sound evil, man. Like, off the bat. So,
I appreciate that shit.
That's sick, man. You don't even need filters.
With your normal voice, or do you just go right into it?
Straight into it. Straight into it.
So that's always been your voice, Deranged? You kind of found it right off the bat?
Yep. The first time I tried it, we realized that's what we wanted. Since then, it's mostly been just perfecting it, trying to get that right pitch so it doesn't sound off.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys are onto something for sure. So I want to get into your look now. You guys got these awesome skull masks, but they're kind of new, right?
Yeah, hasn't been. This is kind of like a new type of thing. I mean, I've always been into masks, shit like that, of course.
I like this look, man. It's cool.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's original, but it's definitely fitting.
I don't think I've seen people that look like you guys do, though.
Well, not exactly. I mean, we like to put our own little personal touch on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be a little different, but to have still like the basic type of thing, and It's not like you can go buy these, you know what I mean? So that's the cool part about it. We didn't just go to the fucking Halloween store and grab a mask and throw it on, you know?
Yeah.
Typical horrorcore rappers, you know? I wanted to make it more original and more us.
Hell yeah. This is a question probably more for my son because my son is obsessed with makeup. But do you guys ever put the black eye makeup under the mask when you're performing to like Batman does and stuff?
I haven't done it so far. I do that like in a haunted house when I act in a haunted house, stuff like that, of course. And I've done that before. But I like the look of it. I think it's cool. Might something I might try.
Yeah. So your haunted house work, are you still doing that?
So last like 3 years is kind of when under because of COVID and stuff like that. But I still been doing it. There's like a real big haunted house called McCall's Haunted Farm, and they specialize in all that shit. So I've been going over there. But my original haunted house was Slaughterhouse, which kind of like just fit right in like Slaughterhouse,
Slaughtercore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was awesome. I've been doing that for about 6 years now, but I still do it a little bit.
I've always wanted to do that. I mean, haunts are a big thing in my life. Like I'm doing it up this weekend for sure.
It's fun, man, but it gets tiring having to stay in character for 6 hours straight with no break.
Yeah, I don't think I could
When
do
I was
that.
younger, I went hardcore, but now it's just like it's fun and all. I take pictures and do videos there and shit too, but it's just like it's just kind of gets too crazy.
So yeah, you've shot a few videos on sets that did appear to be haunts. Dr. Cervix, was that at a haunt?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, like that was so this haunt didn't pay me, you know what I mean? So that was kind of a trade-off. I built my own fucking hospital room, I took all my own props. That was all me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole area was all created by me, and I bought a gurney, I bought all kinds of like medical equipment, and like basically I all did that just so I could use their background for my music videos. I'm not gonna say that's the only reason I did it because that kind of sounds kind of fucked up, but like that was my inspiration, my benefit I got for acting in a house for them.
That's a fair trade, honestly. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Plus, they let me do whatever I want. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, like going in there like when it's closed and stuff like that, and like bringing female models with me and having them like pose nude and shit, and just like cover them in blood and shit. They're buck ass naked and like doing videos and shit. Fucking sick, man. So I had a lot of fun doing that, as you can imagine.
You just imagine the managers seeing Ill Nickel and like a trail of women behind him covered in blood walking in at night, like,
Exactly.
oh, here he goes again.
Yeah, and then they hear the crazy song, you know what I mean? Like, I need to operate and shit like that. It's crazy.
Oh man. And then also I Transform, was that the same haunted house that you filmed that at?
Actually, no, that was before I even really got into haunted house. That kind of helped me get into it. So I just hit up a random ad on Facebook. They were doing like a horror shoot and whatever. So I went over there and I was like, hey, man, are you down to shoot a video for me? And he's like, yeah. And we fucking did it right there on the spot, bro. It was awesome.
That's sick.
Sure.
So you guys used to use the goth spiked masks. Are you guys gonna retire those or?
That was more like fetish type of look.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, kind of just like steering away from that a little bit because you can just go buy those online anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
especially the white one with blood. I've seen a lot of people with those. You know what I mean? And
people have
it's
used
funny,
them over the years. Yeah.
Mars accused me of copying him because of that mask. So I didn't copy him. I didn't even see the picture before I took it, but I was doing a photo shoot with a female one time, and I've done a lot of female photo shoots, and they get bloody, I get bloody, and it's a good fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one time I grabbed this girl that I was doing a photo shoot with, and I had her over my shoulder and shit, and she was wearing like a G-string, so her ass was all hanging out and shit. And fucking, I posted it, and he did the site kind of like the similar
The
type of
Zodiac.
photo. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think that kind of rubbed him the wrong way. But no, I didn't copy him at all. But that's just like an example of steering away from that to be more original.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like even if you're like think it's your own original idea, you kind of have to be perceptive of like what other people are looking at too. Because I mean, it's good to kind of stay in your own lane, but at the way you don't want to like appear a certain way to everyone. You know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I know what you mean.
Saws up.
Saws up. Whoa! What the fuck? New masks. Those are sick, man. Those look a little familiar. I think they've been on the show before.
Yep, they might look familiar, sir.
Yep. Where did you get those from?
Got them from Bloodshot.
Bloodshot.
Horrorcrunk.
Saws up.
Yeah, man, we were blessed to get these masks. He hooked us up. I think it was kind of like a, like a trophy or something, as you will, or just I don't know. It felt like he gave us each one to fit our character a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool, man. I love him. So do you have all of his masks, or did he like? No. Okay. Because I remember he said that he's like, I got too many masks. Like I look like a psycho carrying these outside of my house all the time. Yup. There's Mickey. I love that one. I didn't know it had a bow on it. I love the bow.
It's mini.
Mini. Oh, it's a mini.
Yep.
No shit. Minnie's got the bow, of course. That's awesome, dude. Man, you're lucky. You're a lucky man. Got the Bloodshot mask in your place. That's sick. So, shit. Let's get back into some questions. Maybe with the mask off though, just so I can hear you nice and clear. But I want to know when this Maniakill is going to come out.
No, it doesn't have a release date, but we're definitely working on some shit. Working real hard on some shit. So,
Do you think it's going to be an EP or a full length?
I think we're gonna shoot for a full length this time because last time we did an album together, the EP.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man. And that's going to be? Is there going to be any features on there? Or do you think it's just going to be you guys?
Yeah, there'll be some features.
Yeah. Any ideas who?
After that, do you have anybody that you have in mind? Or one person you suggested?
Con-crete, maybe?
Maybe.
Bloodshot, maybe?
Maybe. We're thinking about who I would love to get on the album. Like me personally, not like as a group or anything like that. Well, I mean, I would love to have it as a group because that's what we're doing now. But I would like to have fucking Shy One on a track.
Oh, cool.
Definitely Shy One. Thinking maybe Doc Gruesome.
Nice. That's a very diverse. Those two artists are very like different from each other too. So that would be cool. That would be a cool way to mix it up.
Definitely gonna have already have one with Shane, Pop and Wolf. We already have one with him coming on the way, so that's definitely
Hell
one. I like to work with Alyssa Kerr because she definitely has some history, some tenure with the underground scene.
Oh yeah.
Everyone from my label, I'm probably gonna work with, and then maybe just some extras. Hopefully, Smallz One too.
So speaking of Smallz One, I kind of wanted to get in that. You have a long history with her, and like I've seen some like videos on your YouTube page way back in the day, and it's
Yes,
like,
sir.
damn, they go way back. You guys are like playing piano and like kind of doing like basement tapes and stuff. You kind of explained that a little bit, but do you want to kind of get in a little bit about like your relationship with Smallz One and how that's evolved over the years?
Well, I first met her a long time ago. First started actually working at Pizza Hut. Me and her
Nice.
worked at Pizza Hut together and shit. It was taking calls, call girl. I was making pizzas and stuff, doing my thing, and it was a cool relationship because we both were fucking freestyling and making music, and she was like a real dope MC. You know what I mean? She was like this this girl that was awesome. You know, she was half white, half Filipino, so she's beautiful. I moved to Nevada for a while.
And I heard a little like a little tidbit. Somebody said that you guys did a song early on where you sampled Cradle of Filth.
Mm,
Somebody
yeah,
somebody said that. I was like, damn,
I
that's
think
cool.
I think that was more her song.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of history. Kind of got her into the music scene a little bit. Not got her, but we went together type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like me and her both met Corpse and that killer from Sadistic Production. So that's how we got into music. So I'm not gonna say I got her into music,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely, helped her start recording some music. She was on Ill Format Records, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We had that group, the Morbid Elements. Yeah, it was awesome, man. She's she's a beautiful person, inside and out. And,
On her albums, her older albums, did you produce any of the music on that?
all of them, all the old school stuff I produced, all the stuff with me and her, I produced. And then even when she got with LSP, the Black Widow, that whole album I produced.
I was wondering about that because there was a Silent Hill song on there, and
Sure.
I know you're a very big Silent Hill fan,
Big fan, bro, big fan.
and that
I
she did a
actually
very
showed
beautiful
her that
rendition.
song, bro. I showed her song. She fucking loved it. I'm like, you should fucking sing this song because you could do it and make it sound better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She liked the song, and fucking we did that. It came out really good, man.
Room of Angels, I think that's called.
Yep.
Really fucking good. If anyone hasn't heard that yet and you're a Silent Hill fan, you got to listen to that's off of her what album is that? Diary of a Black Widow, right? I think. Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah, the first album, Diary of Black Widow. That's what.
Sweet. And how about anyone else on LSP? Are you close with anyone else on LSP or the Smallz
Real
One?
close to Scum, man.
Yeah.
Ever since I got with Sadistic Production, we they turned us on to Scum and LSP, and that's when she got signed to LSP. But I've known Scum just as long. He's come to fucking Albuquerque and done show after show, bro. Like I can't even count how many shows he's done out here. Like ever since like back in the day, Sadistic Productions till now, like we have a lot of history, man. We've done 2 or 3 songs together already. Can't name them all. One with me and Deranged.
Yeah, I was about to say Deranged is on one of those too. It's fucking great. That's what is that one called? I'm trying to remember. Is that 44? I forgot the name. Yeah, it's
It was called Slaughter Snuff Pervert.
oh, I'm a slaughter snuff pervert. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I remember now.
Yes, sir.
So let's get it back into you and Deranged. I wanted to know when you guys met and how you met.
I'll let you talk, man. And you'll probably tell a story better than me because I fucking have a shitty memory.
We met back in 2011. I went to his house to buy a ticket to a show, and we ended up chilling, smoking, and I was telling him that I was looking to get into rapping, and we were just bullshitting, and then he asked me if I could help him move. First day I met this dude, like literally first hour in chilling with him, he's like, "Yo, can you help me move?" I was like, whatever, what's good, I ended up coming back, helping him move. We probably stayed moving till maybe 3, 4 in the morning.
It's a good way to get
And
to
then
know each other.
Yeah. Ever since then, man, we've been tight. It's just how it's been. Just I got his back, he got mine.
That's awesome, man.
How many times have you helped me move since?
Too many to count.
Damn.
Too many to count.
Every time I move, it's like once a year. It's this nigga.
Always.
Moving's not easy either. I can vouch for that.
So now that we're getting older, it's way worse than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet, yeah. So, Duke City Death Camp. Let's get into that a little bit. That's your super group, right?
Yes, sir. That is a super duper underground 505 wicked fucking Duke City underground death rap shit, bro. It's fucking super, just fucking super group, man. That's what we can call it. It's, you know, what I thought was the best of the best and what I thought was close homies, too. Both. We fucking jumped on the shit, fucking killed it, bro. I really liked it a lot, man. Honestly, it was real fun. It was hard to organize everybody, you know. There's a lot of people.
What were all the
Get 'em all
names
over
on there? Who were all the people on there? There was like 7 people, right?
I think at one point there's like 9. So like, let's see, Ill Nickel, Deranged. I mean, not Deranged, man. I already fucked it up. Ill Nickel, fucking Demise,
Strangles?
fucking Strangles, fucking Havoc,
Berserk?
JP Havoc, JP Bloody, Berserk. Oh, let's count. Mr. Funny Guy was on that bitch, and Smoke the Dark Prophet. I think
Damn.
that's it. Yes, sir.
That's some fun shit, man. That's some mobbing music right there.
Oh, and Spunky Killer. Spunky
Okay.
Killer and Strangles.
Yeah. That's a good album. And that there's a lot of the albums that I'm mentioning, like you can find half of ILLNICKEL's shit on all streaming platforms and YouTube. The other half of his shit you got to go directly to his Bandcamp and hopefully purchase because it's worth it. But
Yeah, I have like almost all my shit on Bandcamp. But surprising enough that there's still shit that's not on there.
yeah,
There's a couple tracks that are just like in the vault because they're just
like when are we gonna get a full Combat Killers album?
oh. Only one song was stemmed from that project. Talking about organizing a motherfucking supergroup, bro. Duke City Death Camp was hard to do, okay? Get everybody to record and shit like that. You know what I mean? Coming to my house, when you did like 8 people, like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we only did like 6, 7 songs. But fucking organizing something as big as fucking Combat Killers, like that would be fucking pretty severe task. So there's only one song I think that I would actually completed, and it only has 4 people on it. I think that's a really good song.
That's cool, man. I love Mortal Kombat, so that was kind of just like a Mortal Kombat themed thing, or is it?
Yeah, man. I mean, growing up, fucking video games, fucking playing Mortal Kombat and shit, bro. Like, I guarantee everyone had a favorite character. You know what I'm saying?
Baraka.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee everyone like kind of like thought like, oh, like if I was a fucking Mortal Kombat character, I would be fucking Sub-Zero and shit because I'm just fucking dark and cold and wicked like that. And I fucking, you know, my element was the water and shit, so it was only right that I fucking use ice as my fucking shit, you know what I mean? And I liked it a lot, so I chose fucking Sub-Zero, but like, you know, like for example, fucking Smallz One would be fucking what's that bitch's name? Melina.
Jade. Melina. Yeah.
Melina.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Deranged, what Mortal Kombat character would you be?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I think he maybe Kano because the beard and the long hair and the
I think
attitude.
some like a mystery type of like magical fucking.
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I
You know-
haven't played Mortal Kombat in years, though.
Yeah.
My favorite one
I-
was the drunken guy that like slipped on his own vomit. Remember that
Him.
guy?
All right, you.
Baracho.
Barachu. Yeah.
Baracho. You fucking
That dude's horror crunk as fuck.
yeah, man. Absolutely.
So I got a little bit. I was talking to Spooky Scareflow on the phone the other day, and he had 2 releases that he's always got all this information that nobody knows what he's talking about. But the Tainted Town, what is that?
Oof. Yeah, man, that's top secret right there, man. That's something that was a fucking there's something that I did that I was really into that kind of just like slipped away to another dimension making, man. And it's like an obsession, you know what I mean, with Silent Hill.
Oh,
That's
so
basically what it is.
Silent
So
Hill themed.
yes, sir. All Silent Hill theme, fucking straight jacking all the beats and sounds and everything, man. Like actually that song that Smallz One released was technically a Take the Town song, but I let her have it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of type of thing. But she recorded it for basically for the same concept. But I mean, it was her voice, so it was her song. So I kind of let her have it. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
but anyway, the whole song is like all about fucking Silent Hill and my obsession with it, and basically envisioning myself in the town. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're a real Silent Hill song a fan, that's what you do. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
sit there, you turn the lights off. You know what I'm saying? Put on the headphones, you zone out, turn off all the lights.
It's
And
very
do
immersive. Yeah.
work. Envision yourself in the town.
Yeah.
And
It,
that's what I did with that album, man. But I never released it. The song, lots of the songs are pretty rough,
mm.
you know, but it's there, man, and it's definitely something that I want to release.
Especially
I
with
should
this new Silent Hill news coming out, man.
Yeah, no, bro. I was like perfect time. Like maybe that's something that I should release.
You just ride
Release
that
it.
algorithm, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Mhm.
another one he brought up was the Seance.
Ooh, that's a good album too, man.
Will we ever see it?
It's I don't know. Is it anywhere? You would know. I don't think it's out there, man. I think I need to get that out there.
I think
That's
I've seen pictures
the
of the
Seance and the
files.
Celebration of the Dead were two albums pretty much back to back. They kind of had kind of like it was like the same era. That was like prime time ill format right there when all the artists were going hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Smoke the Dark Prophet was fucking going hard. The Pain. We were hanging out all the time, making music all the time, man. Me and him made some dope ass music, man. Um, amongst with everyone else too. But those fucking prime time, man. That I need to get out. Me and Demise actually I created ill format records. I fucking invited Demise into it, and for some reason he thinks he owns it, which confused me. But anyway, since then I was kind of respectful with the music that we made, not like releasing it and like making a bunch of money off of it and shit because it's dope as fuck. So just kind of just like sitting on it, you know what I mean? But like trying to work out the business stuff before exposing it. But it's something that I definitely need to get together and market and get out there.
Well, did you say it was after Celebration of the Dead or before?
Um,
Or just around the same time?
there was a Seance and then Celebration of the Dead.
Because that's a sick album, man. Especially like
It had the
2012.
same it had the same vibe, bro, but it was much more like magic and like seancey, haunted house type stuff.
Oh, cool.
Like it was who was it? It was me, Demise, Smoke. I think Jinx was a big part of that album too. So yeah, man, it's some good shit, and I'll get it out there ASAP so everyone can enjoy it.
I would.
Sorry for holding back.
I
You're
would.
like you're like finding shit that like you're like, hey, where's this? You know what I'm saying? Like he told me this, you have this, and it ain't nowhere. So what's up? But I
Uh,
appreciate that because I need to get that shit out there, bro. Like that's legacy shit that's in the vault that has been slept on, and it's no one's fault but my own that I haven't released it yet. So my bad.
well, that was Spooky Scareflow on those last two album tidbits. I didn't know about those until he told me, and I was like, damn, I got to bring that up, man. I actually.
Thanks, Spooky. Appreciate that. Throwing us under the bus like that.
I,
No, but I appreciate that because that's like calling me out, telling me that I need to get that shit out because people want to hear it, and I agree. Like, it needs to be out there. It's dope.
that's awesome, man. So yeah, once again, anybody that wants to check out Celebration of the Dead, that's on his Bandcamp, and it's definitely worth checking out if you want to get into the spirit of Halloween, Day of the Dead season, for sure. It holds up really well, especially since it was over 10 years ago. And then you go from I guess if Celebration of the Dead was like maybe a PG-13 rated R movie, that's when you start getting into the NC-17 rated X Ill Nickel music with you get Dr. Cervix in 2012 and then Be My Bloody Valentine in 2013. That's when you started cranking up like the real nasty lyrics. What kind of made you like go all in around that time? Was it the MySpace era kind of thing you were talking about, just pushing the envelope with shock, or? Yeah, I mean, we kind of already got into that, but like, it's just crazy because honestly, it just gets really nasty.
Can you hear me pretty good now?
With a Dr. Cervix and then Be My Bloody Valentine.
So yeah, I mean, the Dr. Cervix stemmed from a supergroup called the Surgical Incision.
Yep.
So I met Demonology long time ago. He was part of the MySpace era. So we just had this idea for a supergroup. I mean, I personally, as a rapper, as an artist, love to do collaboration albums with people. I love doing supergroups. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It gives it more energy. You know what I mean? Everyone putting their ideas together and shit like that. Like, it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Wu-Tang was one of your earliest favorite bands. Makes sense.
Yeah, organizing it sucks dick, but like when everyone's head is in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, it comes out super dope, super fun, and I love to mix everyone else's styles in together. And Surgical Incision was one of those. It's like me, myself, like, I don't like hospitals. I don't like to be in them, but I think like the most scariest shit in real life is a motherfucking hospital. You know what I mean? And
dude, I'm with you there.
What the fuck? Twist on something that's already fucking scary in real life. That's like the extreme to me. So like that's the reason why like it's like kind of like obsession a little bit too. Like like sexy nurses, and it all ties back to kind of Silent Hill too. Like that's where that kind of stemmed from. If I'm being honest, a little bit. Like because in Silent Hill, my favorite part is the fucking hospital. Like that's the best part.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, you're right, dude, because like you trust doctors, to like make you better. Well, you're supposed to trust them, and like the idea of a doctor like going crazy on you while you're strapped to a table is fucking scary as shit, because they know how to fucking fuck you
your
up.
Life is in your life is in their hands, bro.
Yeah.
Like for your life to be in to someone else's that control that much is fucking scary, bro. Like all about it scary, man. Like that's one reason to stay healthy and to fucking enjoy life, man.
Yeah, totally. Especially the song Examine It. You got a little skit at the beginning where he's like, all right, lay down. And you're just telling the patient to kind of just chill out. And you're like, does that hurt? And she's like, yeah, a little bit. And she's like, how about that? She's like, stop! And it's like, damn, dude. Like, like putting yourself in that position is fucking scary. Yeah. Like, it's like that. Have you seen that movie, The Dentist?
Yeah.
Where there's that crazy dentist that's just going nuts on people's teeth. Like, that fucked me up pretty bad.
Dentists are scary too, bro, because they fucking put your ass to sleep and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, you're just there, bro. Who knows what they're doing while you're sleeping, shit. Like,
do you remember that Seinfeld episode where they were like getting freaky, like while he was like put out at the dentist? I don't know. Now, I think nowadays, like, it was a joke back then, but like if you look at that in 2022, that was basically rape. So I think Seinfeld, I think the Seinfeld character has a lawsuit on his hands. But
that would suck to like female or female, but to wake up and like, oh shit, my mouth is like really hurt, like really hurt. Like, what did he do to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, but hopefully people don't do that, because that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm like, that's why I'm like, no anesthesia. Just give me the brain surgery without the anesthesia. I don't want it. But
they're like extra rough and shit with you too, I think.
Yeah.
When you're under, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
baby.
Would you believe that dentists have the highest suicide rate of any profession?
You serious?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and surgeons are up there. I think surgeons are up there too. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all that concentration and stress, Like,
Well, I mean that makes sense because that's all they see is death every day. You know what I mean? Like that's hard to deal with, bro.
also, like, think about how much drama they have to deal with in their life with patients and stuff like that. So I'm sure Dr. Cervix has dealt with a lot of drama.
Oh, bro, that's why I pretend to do it. Wouldn't be able to do this shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always interested me and shit like that, but for for that much responsibility in a job,
Yeah.
not for me, man.
Be crazy. So Surgical Incision, original lineup, I don't have right in front of me. It was you as Dr. Cervix, Demonology. Was that Dr. Darkness or?
Yeah, Demonology with Dr. Darkness. It was originally just supposed to be like me and him, and like I wanted to bring fucking Smoke in on it. Honestly, I just wanted to be a 3-person group, and like it was a dope ass idea. And then like my just like, oh, that's blah blah blah. That's a cool idea. Let me jump on it. So he got on it and shit like that. But
Yep.
originally I just wanted it to be like 3 doctors. You know what I mean? Because 4 is kind of too much.
Okay.
But
Because on the
that's
cover,
just
I
how
thought there was 4 guys, so I was wondering if there
there
was.
is.
Okay.
Well, I was just throwing it out there. I originally wanted it to only be a 3 group, but it is what it is.
And then you made a comeback in 2018, Surgical Incision, Hospital of Horror,
Yes, sir.
adding Des Luca, future guest of the show, to the lineup,
Fuck yeah.
which I thought was a great move.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how you and Des Luca
Got
got to?
back on that album. That was a good mix, man.
Who was it? What did you say? I missed that.
It was me, Dr. Cervix, and it was Demonology, Dr. Darkness.
Yes.
So it was 2 of the original members,
Yeah.
you know.
And Des Luca was Dr. Wicked.
You know, he showed a lot of interest in it. You know what I mean? You know, we've been boys for a long time too, since the MySpace days and shit like that. So he fucking, he's always into it. You know what I mean? And he had mentioned it, and I'm like, I have been working on some shit, man. I mean, a new member and shit. I wanted to add a nurse. You know what I mean? I wanted Smallz One to do it, man. She would have been fucking perfect.
Well, she was great. She's on one track and
yeah,
through the hallways.
She was like, be a part of this group, and I was like, we'll do this hook for me, do this intro for me. You know what I mean? She was cool enough to do that, but she was busy doing LSP. You know what I mean?
And you got Rozikell on one song too, which turned out really good too.
I need a nurse, so I got Rozikell on that song and shit. So
I love the part where she's like, talks about putting a feeding tube to someone and filling the stomach with centipedes. Like that's really good imagery right there.
Yeah, she did real good on that song, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that for her doing that shit. Like me and her go way back too. Back to the Sadistic days when we were doing Sadistic productions. Our SKR is from Albuquerque too, so we were both doing horrorcore label at the same time and shit. So I met fucking Satanic, Rozikell, Two Clips, all of them. We were like, we were all like within the same inner circle. You know what I'm saying? We were like colleagues and shit, and like, So I've known them for a really long time. There's some old school songs with them too that is on a Halloween album that I have to dig up too, which is really dope. But like I said, I've known them for a long time, man. So Smallz One. I mean, when Rozikell did that collab, I appreciated it. So
yeah. So do you think you'll be working with Des Luca again anytime in the future? Like, I think it would be great to hear you guys on
like
track.
I said about getting him on a song, I'm probably gonna get him on a song. I mean, shit, I would fucking be down to fucking sign him to the label, but there's legal things you have to look into or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's my homie, and we'll be doing some shit together.
That's awesome. And it was like, I honestly didn't even know that you guys worked together until I found out about Hospital of Horror album probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I think I hit up Des Luca and you. I'm like, this is so good. I didn't even know like this existed or whatever. And like I can't believe that you guys actually, because I've known about Des Luca's from Seattle. I'm from Olympia, which is an hour away. So it's like he's
Well,
kind of like local legend, sort of. He's been
yeah,
around for a really long time. I saw him live a few times before I even was talking to him. And so just seeing that he was part of a like with a Horrorcrunk artist and stuff like that, it was really big news to me. So I hauled at con-crete. I'm like, did you know this album existed? And he's done songs with Des Luca. Like they live in the same town. They both live in Seattle now. And he didn't even know it existed yet. So like he was listening to it. He's like, holy shit. So this album, Hospital Horror, it's on. I think it's number 31 on my Halloween horrorcore recommendation shit. Uh,
I saw that, man. Appreciate that, man. Fucking
yeah,
awesome.
but I honestly like it is a good like get you in the holiday spirit for spooky season for sure. It's a creepy album.
It's tradition, man. I always gotta be going hard during Halloween in October, releasing albums and stuff like that. We did that Twisted show on the 15th. It was fucking sick as fuck, man. We rocked that shit out, opened up for him and shit, and you know, we had to, man. It's a hometown, so we got to put it down and show them that we don't fuck around.
Hell yeah. Do you think if you ever do another Surgical Incision Deranged, maybe make appearance on there?
That's purely speculation at this point.
Because I think he'd be a good doctor. I think you could perform some surgeries Deranged.
He definitely assisted me from time to time with some surgeries.
Hell yeah. So shortly after Be My Bloody Valentine, which is, well, we can get into that real quick. What was the theme of that album? Is that more of a killing women that used to be your girlfriend, kind of like relationships and stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it turned into that. It always wasn't about that. But
Yeah.
time progressed and situations arise to best fit the song at
Yeah.
the time. Going through some shit with girls. Everyone goes through some shit with the girl. Like, you're gonna go through some shit with the girl until you find the right one all your life. You know what I mean? So everyone has had their handful. It rubs you the wrong way, and music is a fucking release for them, man.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where all that music stemmed from over the years. And then it's all that music is probably pick and choose from different years throughout my career and stuff like that. It's just basically they're all the same, around the same type of topic, man.
Yeah.
Fucked up love situations, love gone wrong, fucking songs that I wrote about my exes and shit. I'm not gonna say each one of them, but I
Yeah.
have wrote a good handful.
Well, I think it's good that those songs exist because everyone has different ways of like coping with like old relationships through music, and like some people want to hear sad love songs, but some people want to hear murder love songs. Some people want to go back and kill their ex. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely, man.
I think you definitely
Like I
like
said earlier, you can't do that shit in real life, bro. So it's like a horror movie. I mean, I don't know why people put such strong feelings towards it, but I mean, that's it's just music, man. That's all it is. It's entertainment. It's in the fucking label name, Horrorcrunk Entertainment. And if people don't take it that way and they get offended, then that's just on them.
exactly. So after that album, you guys,
Take a chainsaw and kill someone with it.
yeah. After that album, it was your guys' collaboration, your EP. How was the recording of that? Did you guys sit down and write each song together, or was it pretty seamless, or did it take a while?
Either one of us will either hear a beat or come up with an idea, and one of us will write first to it, and then the other one will hand it off to the other one, and they'll finish it up. You know what I mean? Like if I come up with an idea, I'll I buy a lot of beats, so I'll usually have a beat, and Uh, I'll write to it and I'll send it to him, and he'll fucking write to it and come over and record it, and then that's how we do it.
That's awesome.
Or other way around, vice versa. You know, he'll find something he likes, he has an idea to it, he'll write to it. I'll jump on that bitch and we'll kill it. Either way.
And
Sure.
every song on this EP packs a punch. Like, especially, I mean, you got Chainsaw Swinging. The first one is just, I got Chainsaw Swinging, and then Carving Up the Carcass. It's like, you go into the Dr. Cervix voice on that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's old school, man.
44 Megs and Body Bags with Don Orius on the hook, which that added some flavor right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
earlier when I said the
Song.
word 44. I think that's what was going on in my mind was that song. But yeah,
Yeah. You like that song?
that's fucking
Yeah, we
awesome song.
performed that song, bro, at Twisted. I had performed it for a while. Performed it. It was amazing, bro, because my daughter was there, so she witnessed her dad performing fucking on stage, bro.
Oh, that's cool.
All the people there, bro. And it was fucking sold out, man. Like, it was fucking amazing. It was an amazing feeling, man.
That's a great show for her to see you at too.
Exactly, bro. And I haven't been in her life for about 8 years, so she recently come back into my life. Had to switch to fucking daddy mode real quick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's been amazing so far, man. But
What did she think of the Wicked
that
shit?
was her first time seeing me perform. She loved it, man.
What did she think of like horrorcore and Wicked shit and stuff?
She loves that type of music. It's funny.
Wow.
When we started talking again, she was already into this stuff. She was already super fan of Halloween. She was already listening to, the Wicked shit, liking that type of music. You know what I mean? So we had so much in common, bro. When I first started talking to her again, it was like, wow, like we have a lot in common. We both love this and that, stuff like that. Both like playing fucking Fortnite and Minecraft together and shit.
That's great.
Fucking, she loves that type of music, bro. So, like, it's crazy to have somebody look up to you like that and shit. And like, I hope she follows down the same path, bro.
Hey, maybe one day she'll collab with you. You never know. That'd be pretty cool. We got Chainsaw Swinging Part 2. I honestly can't remember the difference between the two Chainsaw Swingings in my brain right now, but I have listened to CP a lot of times. But then,
They're both the same shit.
yeah, Slaughter Snuff Pervert with Scum.
Yes, sir. That song is beat.
Hell yeah, man. Those are my 3 favorite words: slaughter, snuff, and pervert. So,
that beat was sampled from a video game.
oh
I
really?
remember I was fucking homeless, bro, and I was staying at his house and shit. And that's when I sampled that shit. I had all my equipment and shit, bro, and like I forget which game it was, but we were fucking playing it. Like, God, it's so beat, man. And I took it, I sampled it, bro, and we were just like, let's do this, make a fucking song, bro. So we made the song, and we're like, you know what, this sounds fucking dope with Scum on it, man. Fucking got him on that bitch, bro, and it was killed it.
Hell yeah, man. And then Whispers, the last song.
That's a good song.
Hell yeah. And then let's see, what was the next album? We got your mix plate, your mixtape mix plate, which is that's a fun one. That's got some tracks that are on other things, right?
Yeah, here and there, but it's mostly stuff that didn't fit on any album, really.
Mm-hmm.
Random stuff, collabs, shit like that. It was basically kind of like around the same time I was making Symphony of Slaughter. It was just pretty much this old songs that I didn't want to use for it, but they were still good, dope songs. But I wanted to bring my best of the best to that one, so I handpicked those ones to be on Symphony of Slaughter to release with HorrorCrunk Entertainment, and then the other stuff was just like my own type of flavor, like ILLNICKELL Lyrical Chef's mix plate. Here's a bladder of delectable treats for you and shit in the form of audio music, and it was.
Man,
I'm not saying a little stuff, but it was just everything that didn't go on the other album. Right?
I was all listening to to Mixplate while I think it was either in the bath or I was like cleaning the kitchen or something. My whole family was home, and I'm like, I can't listen to this right now with family home. It's like way too inappropriate. And
What was so inappropriate about it?
I think it was either beat a bitch or it was
Bro, that one insulted a bartender one time at a really big show.
Mhm.
I think I forget which one it was. Man, wasn't it Lil Pump? No, it wasn't Lil Pump. I'm not sure. Oh, it was Sunshine, dude. Yeah. So it was a pretty big show, bro, and I ended my set just like it was Pump. Yeah, because everyone got all hurt. Yeah. So we fucking opened up for Little Pump, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we did fucking all our fucking horrorcore shit, bro. Bro, the fan fucking booed us, bro. The last song, they had their middle fingers up, bro. It was a bunch of young kids and shit, bro. It was fucking sick, man. It's such an experience, man.
That's amazing, man.
It
That's
was
exactly what you
awesome,
want from that
bro.
crowd.
Bro, you would never have made it big until you actually get booed. And so anyway, the last song we usually do, we ended it with motherfucking Beat That Bitch. And fucking they were booing us off the stage, and we just finished the song, whatever. You know what I mean? Middle fingers in our face and all. So I get off stage, I go to the fucking bartender, bro. I'm fucking feeling myself and shit. And like I'm kind of like flirting with her and stuff like that. And like she was looking at me and she was mad, bro. Like she had a frown on her face. And I was like, I didn't know what possibly could she be mad about, bro? and I was like, fuck me, don't smile. And I smiled at her, and she was like, what did she say? She says, your music's disgusting or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, that song. And I was like, what, Beat That Bitch? Kill That Hoe? That song? Why is that offending to you? For obvious reasons, but yeah, man. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. And that had Berserk on it, who's a great rapper.
Yeah, man. I like that song a lot, but honestly, it's pretty offensive. I mean, in this day and age, bro,
Yeah.
there's like the cancel culture and all that shit.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of knives and vaginas on that album and stuff, but yeah, Beat That Bitch definitely sticks out. Got a sick beat, though. And
So we always finish with that song.
Yeah, that's a good way to like that. That's the one that starts the riot at the very end, you know.
Exactly.
And then we'll get into Unleash the Demon, which is on all streaming platforms, which is kind of a Halloween themed album. I think that's why that made the list. My Halloween recommendations. Pretty much every song on here references Halloween.
Yeah, in some type of way. It's part of my style, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unleash the Demon.
Unleash the Demon's like, I think it's like very solid album too. It's like kind of sounds like you almost found a new sound or like a next level up.
They're all definitely Halloween songs, so it's just like every topic. I put them all on one album, bro. Over the years, just
That's awesome, man. And then Symphony of Slaughter is that's a big album. It's got a lot of songs on it. Fucking 21 tracks.
That one's jam packed. That's like I said. That's everything. I try to jam pack all of my best songs on that album, and everything left over was Mixplate. So they kind of overflow from there. But I can't even order that album because it's too long. So I still have to fuck with it and shorten it somehow. But yeah, man.
There's so many good songs on here too. You got Knock You Out with Concrete, and man, his verse on that when he starts singing is so good.
Awesome, man.
So good.
He's definitely original, man.
Yeah, what else is on here? Fucking I Transform. It's got the music video and shit.
Of course.
Slaughter Snuff Pervert made it on this one. Licking Your Kitten's hilarious.
Big kitten there, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, I knew you loved cats, but not that much.
That's an obsession of its own.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, cool. And then Halloween Slaughter in 2019. If we're to skip over the stuff we already talked about, which is just a 5-track. I actually just listened to that a couple hours ago for the 100th time. And the last track on there, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Mystic Spirits with Berserk and Rune Moon. That is that's a fucking jammer, man. Like that beat.
That song. I like that song a lot. That song actually made it on Sorcerer's Book.
Oh, that's why it sounded so familiar. Okay.
Yeah, I'm remastering it though.
Okay, that's cool.
Did you say with Berserk?
Mystic Spirits. It says Berserk, featuring Berserk and Rune Moon.
Berserk's on that version, but this one is just gonna be me and her.
Oh, cool, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the Sorcerer's Book in 2021, that would pretty much complete your discography. But I'm starting to think, like, I love your violent shit, like I love the murder shit, but the Sorcerer's Book, it's just such a cool direction. I just feel like there's a lot of opportunities there, like with the Sorcerer Book, all the magic shit you're doing.
Yeah, that's another obsession, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All these topics, all these albums were just obsession, pretty much something I enjoyed, something I was into, you know. So, you know, I started, you know, getting into magic a little bit, started getting in touch with my inner spirit, you know. So kind of just something that was like meant to happen, you know what I mean? Funny story behind it is that you know, all my career I've always made magic songs here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is an album that I actually have been trying to do my whole career, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Probably at least a good 10 years this album's been in the making. And like it has all the songs that I originally wanted to be on it, a lot of them didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them disappeared. I lost them. And I was never able to recreate that song again. Like there's a song, it was called, I wanted to do a bunch of spells, which I'll probably do eventually when I have more time. But I want them to be actual spells. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like one song that got lost was the fire spell. It's called The Fire of the Dragon. That was a really good song. I was supposed to have Surgikal on that song.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like talking about like shit burning up and just all kinds of fire related stuff. What else? There's another song. It was like the ice spell or something like that, where like I was like chanting for it to like snow outside type shit, kind of like
nice.
Rain go away, but like reverse. It was weird.
That's cool, man.
That song got lost, man. What other song?
It's like really outside the box stuff too for the genre, because like you're dipping into like the dark arts and stuff, but you're not like, it's not something that people, I mean, maybe even the Dark Lotus maybe would be something that you could kind of be compared to that, because they get into the spells and stuff once in a while. But
absolutely.
Who did the music production on that album, The Sorcerer's Book Chapter 1?
Probably like 95% Bad Mind.
Okay.
Bad Heartbeats.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it just sounds like your style too. Like you definitely selected good beats for that.
I selected, you know, beats specifically to sound with that type of theme.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, you know, every time, you know, something that came along that was similar to that type of sound that I was looking for, I snagged up, bro. So it's definitely this album has a lot of value to it. Yeah. Lots of time, lots of value and emotion into it.
And the final track, it's Magic with Deranged. That's gonna have a music video pretty soon.
Sir.
Hell yeah.
Almost done here.
Can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be a special treat on Halloween.
Oh, nice. Sounds good. And go over to your YouTube page. People need to subscribe to that because there's so much freaking content. Is it going to be on the Horrorcrunk or is it going to be on your YouTube?
The Horrorcrunk, probably both.
Okay, cool.
But mostly the Horrorcrunk.
Yeah. Well, people should subscribe to both of those if they're not already. I don't know why you wouldn't be, but Yeah, there's so much history on your YouTube. Like I'm glad that you leave all your videos up from the past, because like that's some wicked shit history. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
you've had that YouTube probably since YouTube began, so that's like really cool.
Glad you enjoy it, man. More to come.
So I got a few last questions before we close out the show. First, I wanted to ask, what are you guys' favorite horrorcore artists now?
Honestly, I guess right now I'd probably say Scum. I listen to him mostly more than anything else. Really, all I listen to
Cool.
in that genre, anyways.
You listen to. Like as far as horrorcore, always like low key.
Right now, that's your favorite artist right now.
No, not
Right now,
I'm
what's
just
your
trying to-
favorite artist right now?
Myself. I don't know. I listen to a lot of stuff. I like I'm been getting a lot more into Skits Graven.
Oh yeah.
He's he's a little bit more my style than most too. You know, this type of music.
Yeah, I actually haven't really listened to him much. But like I've kind of seen him around lately.
It's good, man. He just went on a tour and shit, and we went and saw him. Shit, it's pretty dope, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to listen to more of him. So how about horror movies? What are you guys some of your favorite horror movies?
Shit, I like all horror movies. Honestly, I mean, like, it have to be really bad for me not to like them because you know even the cheesy ones are good. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, if it's bad, then it's good. But like you know, Silent Hill, um, fucking Exorcist movies. The Exorcist, there's a new Exorcist movie coming out here in a couple of days. I really want to see.
Oh nice.
But
Deranged, do you
like
fuck with horror movies at all?
serial killer movies.
Yeah.
Fuck with them.
Did you guys see that new Dahmer?
Yeah,
That was fucked up.
loved it, man. So,
I was fucked. It like kind of made me like on edge for some reason. Like they really captured the like how tense the whole situation was. Where all the other Dahmer movies, I feel like you're kind of more like, yeah, fuck them up, but like you know you're waiting for the gore and the dismemberment. But this new one, you're kind of just like, this dude's nasty. This dude is just nasty and uncomfortable. Did you guys get to check out the new Terrifier movie or hear about it at all?
man, I wanted to go see that.
Dude,
I haven't seen it yet, man. Is it good?
It is the nastiest fucking thing I've ever seen in theaters. I'm not even joking. And you know, I used to be part of Extreme Horror Network, but this
Yeah.
shit is next level. I can't even believe it came out in theaters. Like, it doesn't cut away ever from the gore, and like you straight up just see him mangling people with different instruments, and it's all practical effects, no CGI. That was part of the Indiegogo campaign. It's like, no CGI. This is going to be like the old school movies, and it tops anything. Like I've seen every extreme horror film. I've seen Serbian film, August Underground, all that shit. This effects wise tops anything. Like I can see why people were throwing up. Like if you're a new to horror and you went to that in theaters, you'd probably throw up. So I would check it out if you can
Yeah,
see.
I heard people throwing up and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that would be me, but I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys didn't see the new Halloween movie. That was ass.
I mean, I had to end, you know.
Yeah.
I think they just kind of rushed the ending a little bit too much.
I thought the end of the newest Halloween was actually kind of good. The way that it ended, I won't say it, but like the lead up to the end, I was kind of like, "What's going on here? This is so weird." It was just weird. That's all I can say. It's a weird movie. So what would be the most nostalgic era of your career, Ill Nickel or Deranged? Whoever wants to answer first.
Opening up for Tech 9, dude. That was fucking sick, man. Like, never topped that, bro.
When was that?
That was probably like a good, like 4 years ago.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. About 4 years ago. I think I was about like a year or two in T-Mobile in. Fucking met the right connects, bro, and got on that show, bro. It was fucking amazing, man.
And Deranged, do you have any good eras or memories that you go back to?
All that I can think of, to be honest.
Yep. Just living in the current, right?
Even, man.
That's the way to do it, man. Never look back.
No.
There's been me and Deranged had some good times, man. Fucking some times where I would be drinking a little bit too much, man, and having a little bit too much fun, and he'll have to end up driving me home and shit, bro. And like, it was this one time, bro. We fucking these girls at this hotel wanted us to bring them tacos and shit. We fucking brought them Taco Bell, and like at 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. Brought them Taco Bell, hung out with them and shit.
Word.
We always have a good time, man.
Just random ass shit in the middle of the night. You
Like,
guys seem like you're always up late
a
too.
good time, but like good time, you know,
Yeah.
like memorable time. It's like great shit.
Hell yeah. You guys are both
What?
night owls, it seems like. Like every time I hit you up, it's kind of late at night.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because I gotta fucking work early and shit.
Oh shit.
I still like to stay up. I pay for it in the morning though.
So yeah, we're about wrapping it up. I just wanted to see if you guys had anything else to shout out or
Nah, man, we're gonna be look out for new shit coming. Like I said, my album, The Sorcerer's Book, it's gonna definitely be available in time for Halloween, and definitely keep a lookout for that, as well as the music video with me and Deranged called "It's Magic." And definitely be lookout for some new designs coming soon with us.
Hell yeah.
Not feel specifically. So some really dope shit coming. Gonna have some shirts and other stuff coming your way. So fucking, it's gonna be dope, man.
Can't wait, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Saws the way the fuck up.
All's up, brother. All the fucking way up. You know how we do.
Ja!
Give it to you. Peace.
Peace.
Dead bodies hanging on the hook, and they swinging. The blood is draining off the foot, and it's raining. Chop her body up and cook the meat. Taste amazing. These stupid bitches scared to look, but it's entertaining. Ha 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 ha. Swinging my chainsaw, and I chop, 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 till your skin just hangs off. The blood drips, drop from my apron, wipe the stains off. The rest I clean up with a mop, then I cut your face off. They call me Leatherface, but I'm not from Texas. ILLNICKELL is my name, and I'm sick and infectious. Cut your arms and legs off, and I separate in sections. I always save the face, so I can add it to my collection. I cut your arms and legs off with the saw I separated. I'm always thinking evil thoughts, my heart is filled with hatred. Dead bodies burning on the cross, murder is contagious. Make a mess from human cloth, then I leave you all faceless. I cut your arms and legs off with the saw I separated. I'm always thinking evil thoughts, my heart is filled with hatred. Dead bodies burning on the cross, murder is contagious. Make a mess from human cloth, then I leave you all faceless.
Surgical procedure taking place inside my basement. No fancy doctor tools, razor blades to give you facelifts. Cut around the spaces, the surgery is wasted. Pillow away the skin to see a body laying faces. Deranged, ILLNICKELL, we out on a killing spree. Chopping up the body, 7 heads is what we need. With a goal, say the face. Lose them in mass. You should follow us, cause we about to school the class. Like everybody knowing what the fuck we do, and everybody knowing who the fuck's the crew. Wear your skin on our face like that guy from Texas. Got a Glock and a knife, ain't no chains or flexes. Dude got a cellar with a chains, be hanging in the meat, be swinging. Got a cadaver trading. There's blood on the wall called abstract painting. Don't mess around, got no time for games. I got a drill in my hand to release your brains. Hit poles on the flows, and it flows to the drain. Then I spray with the hose and I clean it again. Get the tools, get the clamps, put the flesh in the bags. Put the bags in the back of the trunk, yeah, we dash and we out this bitch. Ain't never been seen, got a new face on, so you don't know me. So fresh, so clean, gonna make you bleed.
I
What
cut
face
your arms and legs off with the saw I separated. I'm always thinking evil thoughts, my heart is filled with hatred. Dead bodies burning on a cross, murder is contagious. Make a mess from human cloth, then I leave you all faceless. I cut your arms and legs off with the saw I separated. I'm always thinking evil thoughts, my heart is filled with hatred. Dead bodies burning on a cross, murder is contagious. Make a mess from human cloth, then I leave you all faceless. Horrorcrunk Entertainment will leave you faceless. Horrorcrunk Entertainment will leave you faceless. Horrorcrunk Entertainment will leave you faceless. Horrorcrunk Entertainment